The campaign for Greenskin subservience continues without a hitch, my lords. Commander Drazhoath, Rykard the Unbreakable, and Jatan the Black have been properly dispensing discipline upon these wretched Greenskins. The battles have been long and bloody enough to where we all feel the presence of Hashut's malevolence, and he blesses our ongoing campaign of subjugation. Signed, Captain Stonehand of the Firebreaker Legion.
We're getting close to that finale for our war right now. It's about to happen. We've got some more greenskins to kill, and let me tell you, you're going to be seeing some cool battles today. They're going to be extreme, and I think afterwards, what I might do, I might clean up the orcs on my own just a little bit. That way we can fight another foe, because I don't want all of you just watching me fighting the same foe for like 4 to 5 parts. So you can tell me if you think that's a good idea or not, but it's my idea. It's what we might do, and we're going to see. Because, again, once you see the finale battle for this part, like the last battle for this episode, you're going to be like, wow. I was like, wow. And it was really cool. So let's go over my formation. I've got over here one of my biggest armies. I don't mean in terms of numbers. I mean in terms of size. We've got Chaos Giants, Colossi. Rykard is like, yo, I'm the little brother, but I'm actually the big brother. They look, well, not up to me, but down to me. But metaphorically, they look up to me. Back over here, I've got all of my infantry in the middle. On the flanks, we've got over here Infernal Guard. We've got our Dreadquakes. We've got over here our Toruks. And now, it's time. It's time to engage against a very large enemy army. I didn't want to have control of my garrison too. I didn't want to do that. So what I did, I just chose to fight them on my own. Now here they come. The battle is beginning. The giants are using their sword arms. That's some nasty stuff, man. That's weird, and I love it. I'm glad a lot of you are enjoying the content here for the Chaos Dwarfs. It's definitely taught me a lot about how I might want to generate content in the future for Total War and what I might want to even aim for. But I feel like these have been some of the most cinematic battles I've ever done. Not because of my own talent at making these. No. I don't mean that. I just mean the rosters here. The sheer variety, what's going on in each fight has been tremendous. I've felt like I'm truly in a Warhammer setting because of how insane these fights are. Now, let's zoom out real quick and go over things tactically. So, my idea was to initially just let all of my large creatures, keep them back. Even my tanks. My tanks aren't meant to be in melee for too long. But we've got Dreadquakes. We can booty quake it and destroy them all. And, of course, we've got some spellcasters here that are causing some problems. My bombers, my grenadiers, they're throwing in their satchels right now, and we're about to offer a few more Dreadquake rounds, explosive rounds, right into the middle of their formations, and that's going to kill a lot of them. So just check out how this is going so far and how it's all going to play out. Here comes one shot. Here it comes. It's landing. It's landing right now, and it has impacted a devastating portion of their force. Now they're having to move away. They're not going to be here for much longer because of what we just offered them. Just an expansive payload that was able to hit so many different units. So now we're looking at 278 and 360 kills. Yeah, I made their head spin. Over here is my awesome Great Taurus at a little over 20 kills. We're about to finish off the initial army, but that's not the only army. There's more armies to come, and some of these battles are going to take me potentially over 15 to 20 minutes. So there's a lot here. Now, I've actually come to appreciate these Colossi. They are not meant to get a lot of kills. They're meant to support. They're meant to tank. They're meant to tank a lot. And I like that a lot. It's really cool that they're able to do that. And they're so hardy. They're just hard to damage. I mean, look at that. A giant creature at 75 melee defense. That means you're trying to break through that armor. You can't do it, man. You just can't do it. 82 kills over here for that one war engine. I like their numbering system here that I have. I got a little mod to kind of like rename units based off of where they're being recruited from. I thought that would be neat. It definitely lets you know like where the enemy AI is like spamming all of their unit recruitment from or spawning in or whatever. But let's have a look over here. That is Wurzag. Wurzag is always around. There's just a pile of corpses here right now, and that's actually one of the coolest shots I've seen in a very long time. That is so cool. Just Rykard striking down Wurzag, and you see what's happening. It's awesome. Truly. Like a movie. He's like,
get back over here. Not done with you.
So, that was army number 1. So what do I do? What you'll see me do more often than not, instead of pursuing them, I like to wait. I like to wait and reform my formation. Now, I'm sending out my tanks right now to go attack whoever's out there. They've got some more units coming in, and I'm going to have to respond to them. Have to watch out a bit. There goes Warzag, only terrified. Warzag is now back and operational. Now, these freaking Taruks, dude. Oh, if you want a devastating charge, you call 1-800 it, because they will destroy. No matter what they fight. I mean, they could stay in a melee fight for a while, too. They're just in that. And these orcs are now fleeing. But as I said before, I'll probably finish off the orcs unless you guys just want to see every nitty-gritty battle. Or I'll finish off a great portion of them. That way we can get to their apocalypse. Then we can move on to a new enemy, which I have no idea what enemy we'll fight. We could either go into the Southlands, or we could go up into the Empire, which I believe the Von Karsteins are doing well. They have at least over 10 settlements total for all the undead factions up there. And there's that turret. Yeah, I actually like these tanks a lot more. They're a bit different from traditional steam tanks, but I find them very cool. Especially with how they have their two kind of attack modes. Don't even try it, huh? The Giants are back out here. The Giants don't get a lot of kills, but again, they're tough and they're big and they're much better than standard Giants for sure. And there's Rykarth, who's taken quite a bit of damage. He's at 27 kills total. He would have more if we didn't have that weapon strength bug, which again will be fixed eventually, but right now it's kind of debilitating for any type of melee lord at all. That's why spellcasters are so much scarier, especially because I gave them more winds of magic, just overall more winds of magic, and we don't really have Draz fighting too many battles. Not yet. He's got some battles out there to fight. But look at that. They're moving in. They were moving in. I don't know what they're doing now.
Get 'em, boys.
That siege giant's just getting all bowed up now. Oh, the squad's moving in. The squad says hello. Oh, there it is. Okay. We're going to fast forward a little bit here because we're at a point where we're just going to have this type of queue of units just slowly accelerating towards my formation. But what they're able to do is minimal because I've got this just gigantic, durable group of units that are able to just really stagger them and keep them far, far away. Now, I've got my Grenadiers who are now throwing bombs in, and because we've got some hardy units, we can allow them to do that and take some friendly fire damage. Here comes another booty quake shot. Unfortunately, too far to do anything at all. I'm not even sure what they were really shooting at. You've got to be mindful of that. Sometimes a shot just goes astray and you're busy doing other things, but there's the bombers now. The bombers are all right. They're very situational because of their range, and you also don't want to hit your own units, so to find the awesome defining time to utilize them in a battle can be challenging, but that's part of it. Just finding the right time to apply a tool. I've got many tools in my tool belt, my murder belt. So over here we got 44 and 88 kills. Interesting. Interesting allotment of kills that they have accrued. Now, there's all of my bombers again. My tanks are moving up. Eat satchel! And so they are. Smash! And a smashing they go. Alright, so we're just going to fast forward for a brief moment and have a good look at the more tactical overview. So I'm waiting in reserve because I don't really need too many out here. Why would I need to spend too many of my units? They can pull back if they need to. I've got some infantry who are out there. They tend to really take a lot of damage, but I think that's partially because of all of my explosives. They're like two different army compositions in one, and I'm having to not really use them together the entire time because that would just lead to too much friendly fire damage. So I'm just having to kind of allocate them to different areas of the battle where they need to be. Like over here, we've got some of these Savage Orc Boar Biggins. I've got infantry who are moving in, coming in to support. Now with my Great Taurus here, they're already weakened. They can take more fire damage, especially whenever we have a chance for flaming attacks from the Great Taurus. So they're susceptible to all that extra damage. Over here we had that Goblin Great Shaman who's now shattered. And we just have a few more to fight and kill. I never had to use my reinforcements. That's only battle number 1 today. Welcome to the episode. I hope that all of you enjoyed it. We've only got over here some artillery to worry about. Oh, great. You have rocks. Do you know what I have? Explosives. And yeah, they're getting a few hits on my infantry, but even then, what can they do? A lot of them are running away now. These goblins, they probably don't want to be here. I don't really blame them. He's like, look at me. Look at me. I don't want to be here. It's always interesting to be so zoomed in. Kind of get like some perspective of what they're seeing right now. Oh, what's over there? Chaos Siege Giant. Just slowly moving over here. There's my tanks over there. Another Chaos Siege Giant. We've got Taruks right by them. Oh, they've made it. Here comes the frickin' Taruks now. So they're about to charge in. Let's have a look. This battle is over. I just need to charge in and get these guys, and that'll be it. But we have won. The battle is over. They're charging in right now, and we can go home. We can go home and relax today. That was a good battle. We beat them. We lost only 53. It's almost mechanical. It's almost surgical in how we get to fight as a Chaos Dwarf faction. It's very cool. That was awesome. I didn't want to control the extra garrison. I hate doing that. Sometimes the AI control doesn't seem to really like execute and work properly. So I just said, screw it. I don't want to chance it. Let's just go in and I'll fight the two armies on my own. So I did, which to me is a very Chaos Dwarf thing. The idea in like lore would be like, I don't want him taking my glory, or just like he doesn't want him to have any credit at all. Maybe it's some like sub commander from a garrison and he's not a huge fan of him, so he's keeping his career down. That's just like what came off the top of my head there, as far as like why he might not want that garrison force to come out and earn any glory on the battlefield. Okay, the Grudge Bringers are gone, but they survived until turn 102. I do want to try them out one day. I don't know how they're going to play. There's a few unique OVN factions, old versus new, which is the mod that I'm using that brings in some of these more unique factions like the Rot Blood tribe, or in my case, you know, allow me to play the Chaos Dwarfs. All right. So we've got a level. Now, they did update, and by they, I mean CA did update and say that they're about to, like, update the big beta patch. And I'll probably play another playthrough where I'm going to have access to the beta patch for whatever mods I'm using, which means it'll be still Faith. That way, we can use the beta patch because I do need that weapon strength bug fixed. I need that fixed. We all do. We all very, very much do. Can't do crap if you don't have a proper fix for weapon strength. I mean, that really invalidates a lot of leaders who are not using magic. All right. Like, my melee lords would be so much more powerful if it wasn't for that. Okay, so we have the 8 peaks lower holds. We've been fighting this terrible war, not against a whole bunch of, you know, dwarves, but orcs instead. So here's what we're going to do. Let's have a brief look. Draz just fought a pretty big battle. That was pretty hefty. Rykarth is over here. He fought a big battle. We need to now destroy these little armies because I don't want them wandering around annoying me, aggravating me. So we're just going to replenish a little bit. There we go. All right, so after that, here's what we're going to do. We're going to head over here. Actually, let's go back to Iron Rock for now just to keep it safe and guard it. That's done. So he's done moving. Now we have Jatan the Black, who's not going to move to the east. We'll leave that faction alone. They'll probably declare war on me eventually. Sure, I believe that in my heart of hearts. We're going to head over here now because we have very good campaign movement, and we're going to move over to Auchendorf. I gave him 2 demon engines, so that should make a big difference. Stonehand, I want him to go on to conquer, but I also want to go after Grimgor's army, who's way over here. I don't know if that army is going to be able to survive and do well on its own, so let's see what we can do to try to make it over there. It'll take me like 2 or 3 turns to make it to him, so we'll see if we can operate in time to help out. Now here's Grok Stoneback. And we're going to have him attack another enemy army. Let's go after that army over here. Block army. There we go. Let's see if that works out. And I don't know. We'll try again. Assault units. 34% chance. A decent chance of getting wounded. But sometimes I like to gamble a bit. Okay, that puts him at level 16. I'm going to give him Deadly Onslaught as a nice boost in battle. And let's see here. And just to clarify, my current collection isn't working with the beta. Not every mod is configured to work with the beta. Some people only like to work with the stable patch and all that. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to give my statements. Oh, the Kingdom of Lamia. Right, okay, so they're all right. The City of Dawn, they're doing okay, and they kind of like me. as much as you can like each other. Now, that gives me a lot more money. See, we're exporting salt, timber, furs, golden idols, looted artifacts, gemstones, and of course we have tariffs too, which is funny to think about undead being like, okay, how many tariffs do I need to pay? And Von Karsteins are still alive, surprisingly. Dark elves are out there. And we've got 15 locations that belong to the Greenskins, 1 to the Trolls, 4 to the Crooked Moon tribe. So I've got, let's see, that's 19, 20 settlements to potentially take. Maybe other factions will take them too. I mean, they are fighting other factions, so that's a possibility. Let's end our turn now and see what comes next. And you guys can tell me if you like having the interns in, or if you like my previous parts. I've done it for the last part and now this part where I'm going to show interns. But if you just want to get like straight to how I was editing things before, let me know. And that's just so that you guys could see more action. But if you actually like hearing me commentate while things are happening live like this, you can let me know. And if anything, we can find a compromise and we could just show some interns, but not all of them. That way you can just kind of keep your bearings a little bit more, but we also get to save some time and focus more on battles. Now, one day I might do some type of like narrative battle. I would like to do it like in a almost old school Warhammer format where I tell a story and we just fight like maybe 10 or 12 battles instead of like it being every fight to win the war. It'll be like the ultimate battle to win a war, because when I do it like that, it'll take me a lot more time. I mean, hours more to really get the amount of content out that you guys want to see. But like, let's say I'm playing the Empire. Instead of like showing every little win, I show you one major battle against the Crooked Moon tribe. Then they were slain, and I finish them off. Then I move on. I fight the epic battle against the Von Karsteins, or maybe even 2 if there's more than 1 to fight. Boom, we're done there. Then we move on to a new target. And so like eventually I could get a lot more conquering done without it being like 30 or 40 or 50 parts long, because World Conquest in here is a little bit different than in like previous Total Wars. There's going to be just a lot more stuff just bogging you down. Of course, without climate, that could be made a lot easier. So I'm still considering that. And that's just like me theory crafting with all of you about like what future content I could try out. I'm always into like storytelling and just kind of getting into that type of element. It's my thing. It's what I like. It's what gives me pleasure. All right. Can't go after that agent. We'll try to go after more of them. I'm still trying to level these guys up to where they're just going to be inhumanly strong, which is easy because they're not human. All right, let's go over here to Auchendorf, and I'm going to take it over. It's a good location to have. They've got vampiric corruption, so maybe it's not. Jotun the Black. A valiant defeat. Really? Okay. I did not expect that from that balance of power, but he just lost that one, so I just gained a lot of money. In a weird way, that kind of works out because I wanted to rebuild his army. I've not seen that happen in ages. Okay. So we'll bring him back in how many turns? Let's see. We got 5 turns. We'll bring him back. Instead, what I'll do for now, I'll get someone else to come out here for a little bit. All right, that's a Chaos Sorcerer Lord. I'm going to get out over here an Overlord, which I've not tried to use. Or Missile Strength. I like that. So we'll just pop him out over here. We'll grab, let's see. I want to get things that are going to enhance our units. So like Chaos Dwarf Warriors and all of that mess. So let's have a look. And I'm going to grab 2 Magmas. I'm going to grab 2 Death Shriekers. I'm going to grab, let's see, 2 Dreadquakes. 2, let's see, Iron Demon War Engines. I want 4 groups of slaves total for my Ogres. I want 2 Colossi. And after that, I want 2 Kadai Fireborn. And then, let's see, that's really most of what I want. That'll take me 12 turns to rebuild. Then I want just Annihilators coming in after that. That'll take me 4 turns. I could actually just like choose to put a few more up there. I'll see like what I'll change later on. But yeah, you guys just saw that. That was a crazy one. I did not expect that at all. That was kind of bananas. Actually, instead, let's grab the Siege Giants. Then maybe 2 Kadai Destroyers. And that'll put me at 8 turns total, which isn't too bad. And I could react to it. I could go like, oh my god. But hey, it happens. The balance of power has always been kind of crazy in Total War. If anything, I thought that would have been like a loss where you would lose like part of your army. But to lose all of it, that's actually fairly impressive. All right, so Jotun will be back, and we're going to make him a much better army. His name is Jotun the Black, and he'll be ready later. So we're going to still move up and go after the not Crooked Moon, the Crookback Mountain area. Let's do that real quick. Let's do that right now. Rykarth is over here. And it's about time to go after a few other armies. Now, I'm not going to go after... I could. I suppose I could. There's 2 armies over here that I want to go after instead. I want to try to pursue them. Drazhoath is close by, too. You wouldn't be able to reach him. Could you? Well, maybe. If we could get Nashrak, that would limit them. They've got armies that are still throwing at me. Oh, yeah. See, that's much easier. Jatan did not have a very good army anyway. His slave theme, I think it needs like a little... It's a thing where I would probably get a few slaves, but not nearly as many as I had before. They're just not doing it. There's just so many better things you could be getting. I mean, for me to make them good, they would have to be like unbreakable, or I would need some other slave units, like maybe some who blow up. Like there's like squigs who go boom, but it's actually orcs with like explosives on them. That would be evil and wrong, right? But you could definitely do that. So we've got over here Berserk the Black, Jatan's cousin. All right, so let's end our turn now. We've got to get ready for a new battle. I don't know what's going to happen. They might go after me. Who knows? We've got the enemies out there. We've got the foes to fight. So I've got to see what I can do with all of them and their many issues. Let's see. We've got Block Krag. We've got over here the Great Wa. They're going after Iron Rock, and now they're going after Reikarth. But they're all alone, so I'm just going to take that replenishment. That was too small of an army. They moved away from Iron Rock. They were like, hey, forget that. Dragon Helm, armor gained. Yeah, if things happen, you just have to like really consider what to do off of the fly. There's no point in dwelling on it. Now, if it's like really out of the left field, I will remark on it and be like, oh my god, what just happened here? And just lose my mind. But that's because I find it funny. As you guys might have learned, watching my content, I find humor from a lot of things. I like laughing. Can't take yourself too seriously, rather. And now we're going to go back over here to go handle Gogrut. And Drazhoath will finish off these armies. Actually, we can't do that because we've got another army over here. See, they're just like throwing armies at me. That's why I need a few more armies to help me out. Once we take out what's over here, Stonehand will come help out, and everything will be okay. In fact, I would like to land right by him. Ooh, hell yeah. Okay, so we've been intercepted. I've got to fight him underground, but I want to.
Here they come now. They may have tried to intercept us, but I tell you, it'll be their undoing. The Annihilators are doing what they do best, annihilating. Let them come closer. Indeed, they should come closer. I have many secrets to share with them. It all ends with a boom. They have a giant squig, they have a giant. And they, of course, have Grimgor Ironhide. The prodigal slave shall return. Oh, we're going to bring him back home. Whether he likes it or not. He has no opportunity to do anything other than to come back home. Now, let's have a look. We're just waiting over here with our leader, holding back a few of their units. My Annihilators are doing their annihilating. We're going to hit as much infantry as we can as we proceed, as we go on. We'll go over the formation in just a moment. I just want you to see what's happening to them. Great explosives. Great destruction. It's ingrained in my name. Chaos Dwarfy Destructive Dan. That's my actual Chaos Dwarf name. All right, let's see. So I've got over here my bombers. They're stuck between 2 infantry groups. I've got all of my Annihilators staggered out. I've got 2 groups of Devastators on my left flank and more infantry just waiting out there. They've got multiple armies. Here's a Pit of Shades, at least hitting them from behind, killing some of their biggins that have clubs. And over here is, unfortunately, a Colossal Squig. I should have moved my Devastators over to my right flank to handle that, because we need Devastators to handle giants and other units like that. I've got anti-infantry explosives, but they're not great for taking down larger creatures. But there is Grimgor. You what? You what?
He says. We zoom back out real quick, and we can see that we've got even more units back there to fight. It's going to be a fairly interesting battle. And there it is again. My Devastators, 37, 18 kills, at least clipping a few of them. My infantry, they're having to hold back. Very powerful. I mean, look, 32 compared to how much strength? 54. 54 strength is very high, so clearly I need some type of edge. 126, 158 kills. Over here, we're looking at 140 kills and 145. I'm bringing in more infantry now. We're having to worry about that squig. Squig probably won't get a lot of kills, but we still need to get rid of it, or it could get more kills if we just leave it there. Now, unfortunately, they're going after my Prophet, who has only 6 kills, but he's more so just debuffing Grimgor. The enfeebling foe. The enfeebled foe? Anyway. Yeah, these poor dwarf warriors from Darkhold, they're getting crushed by the biggins. I mean, they're stronger than me. Over 70 for a charge bonus is fairly immense. Okay, so now we're still attacking these units, ripping right through their ranks. They're riding in with flesh and club, but I've got explosives and steel and fiery hearts filled with hate. Hate and judgment. Especially him. All right. Anyway, here they are. The melee battle's going on. We can only hold them back as we fight them. Eventually, I'll play the standard dwarfs again. There's been some cool mods adding in some large units for them, so I definitely want to try them out again one day. I know one of you mentioned the Prospectors mod. If that's updated, I'll certainly give that a go. I love any variety or any different location for them to fight in. Greybeard's Prospectors. Now, Grimgor has 43 kills. He's a really tough one to get. I've got to use my Devastators to get him for all that armor piercing they have. That's a great way to get them. I also have to go after that giant over here, and you can see what the shots are doing to him. It's really about the Devastators hitting him than anyone else. And while that's going on, let's go back over here to the left flank, where we're pushing back a few more infantry. Thankfully, it's not too many to worry about. I think there's like some friendly fire. We're finally getting rid of that giant. We just need another volley or two. Annihilators could work. Darkhold Devastators, only 5 kills for that group. That squig is still around. There goes my great weapons. And let's see. What's happening over here? We've got only a few biggins left. They have 14 kills. I'm getting rid of what's left of their other boar biggins. Yeah, I grouped up all of my Annihilators but one group. They're bombing that giant. Thankfully, it looks like they don't have such a large spread, so there's not as much friendly fire as usual. There we go. But see, it's not a lot of damage. It's more so meant for larger groups than just that one particular group. We're also attacking over here, trying to get rid of some of these. I've got my Annihilators still attacking. We've destroyed that group of biggins. I mean, once we look at them. That's why I'm scared to fight the Chaos Dwarfs, but I've got to do it. I've got to do it for that challenge. They might even beat me in some battles, which, again, I'm not the best Total War player in the world. I'm not. Not even close to it. Not even like top percentile. I'm okay. I've played enough to be okay at the game. But Chaos Dwarfs, yeah, their technology alone, even without like actual player tactics, could do something. I mean, like I used to play Warhammer 1 multiplayer, but I just don't have time for that. And right now, Grimgor is debuffed with the Enfeebling Foe. We've got our Sorcerer moving away. I mean, he could be killed by Grimgor right now. That would be embarrassing.
What happened to Stonehand?
Oh, well, those were removed by Grimgor.
He was meant to capture him.
Yeah, well, did it go his way? Oh, you know Stonehand is mad. I like how that gun is like slung over his shoulder. Awesome. Load a shell and sling a spell. That's what he's got to do. He's still moving. We're going to use the Sword of the Tormentor or the Tormented Sword to stop him from moving if we need to. But looks fine. I had to do that before to keep him away. Now I've got infantry coming in. I'm going to bring in my Devastators right now so that we can finish them off. But we've taken care of the entire army. They're gone. It's like 4 orcs left in that one group. It was mean. We've got over 1,000 left. We're still debuffing him. And he's just going to be in it, man. Look at this mean old orc. This mean old orc. Get him. They just need to tie him up and just carry him back like a giant mosh pit. All right. So we're just waiting close by to debuff him. You're next. See, look at that debuff. Very powerful. Very good at pursuing foes. He's at 64 kills. Obviously, I don't want any of my Annihilators shooting into that rank. Or those ranks. I'm sending in all of my infantry. He's at 77 kills. 80 kills now. But here comes all of my Devastators. And they're going to be on a slight bump, right? Yeah, perfect. And he's taller than all of them. So even if there is friendly fire, at least we can hit him. And he's dropping quickly. He's at 98 kills. Doesn't matter. We're going to do what we can to kill him. And the battle is over. We've won. We've beaten him. We took out Grimgor. It just took a lot of bullets. And it's over. We did it. We won that battle. That got a little bit shaky at a few points, but we did it. We beat him again. It's usually what we do. We end up beating him a lot. All right, so I lost some infantry. We're going to rebuild a little bit. I'm going to see slaves. No, I'm just going to get rid of you. I don't really need you right now. I guess I could keep you, but I'll bring you back later if I really need you. Don't call me, I'll call you. All right, we've got over here the Granite Guard. Let's try them out. Let's just like throw them in and see what's up. Another strong infantry group. I think I want one more Devastator squad. They are invaluable. You can have explosives, but you can't blow up every issue. I've tried, okay? I've tried. It just doesn't always work out that way. And now we're going to, again, use our agents. I've only got 2. I hate whenever I have like 20 agents. It makes it hard for me to keep up with all that. But having like 2, okay. What if you had like heroes that had a much stronger form, like the Uberstrike 5 mod, but you could have fewer agents to begin with? I would be all right with that. Fewer agents, but they're actually much stronger. They're different from Legendary Lords in a sense that, hey, you can't actually get them to lead their own army, so they've got to be an accessory, but I find that much better. It would give them a bit more uniqueness, but that's just me. That's just my own commentary on that topic. Let's end our turn again. Gotten pretty far. We've done pretty well. And this campaign's been crazy. I mean, the amount of just insane battles, and I'm looking forward to trying other enemies too, if I have time to, if we can actually get over there and beat some other foes. Because if we do that, my God, we're going to be able to just really have some sick battles, I think. Like fighting the undead with all of my explosives, I want to see how that works out. They'll have like a lot of VAR guys and flying units, which could be an issue, but I think we could definitely do something with it. All right, let's see here. Let's have a look now. We've got some situations that we've got to handle out here in the world. The world of Warhammer? I almost said Warcraft. All right. Pathfinder. Faction destroyed, Spirit of the Jungle. Well, the spirit was weak and unwilling. Death by Snoo Snoo, I hope. All right. We're over here. We got Rykarth. He could go after those 2 armies. We're back over here where I've got Bazark, who's still building up his own army, and I can't wait to see what he does with all of that. I need 1 new unit. I could just grab that cannon. I don't really have any artillery pieces here. No, I think I want Fireborn instead. I feel like that would balance out my group, but no, let's just grab what I need. Let's just grab what I need. I could just grab Dreadquakes for days, but that would get boring just seeing the same redundancy. Well, it doesn't get boring for me, but I don't know how it is for all of you, so I'm just trying to think of all of you. Oh, I'm sweet. All right. Let's see. They won't let me do that over here. All right. I don't have the proper tools for it, so we'll move on. We'll go somewhere else where I can do that. I'll just like pick up something on the way instead because I don't really have time. I've got to get back and do other things. So yeah, we'll just pick up what we can. There's Crom. Oh yeah, Crom. I remember Crom. All right, level 39. Let's get today. Let's see what's over here. Dawijar Regiment Training. Okay. More damage for more of my ranged units. 96 frickin' missile strength for my 2 groups of annihilators. We shall annihilate them. All of them. Just daily annihilations. All right, we'll take that sawmill. We'll go over here and take that too. I'm going to upgrade to a Hashut Cauldron. I like that all these low-tier buildings enable recruitment for something because, guys, let me tell you something. I hate whenever I've got to like build 20 buildings just to unlock like 1 new unit. Oh, it just takes so long. It's mostly just about the fact that I'm usually far beyond whatever highly developed location I have. So like if you have Altdorf in the very beginning and you're moving on to other areas, you would have to come all the way back home. And I've got to rebuild a little bit. This war has been kind of costly for me. Mostly because of Jatan's weak army. But don't worry, we're going to have him rebuild. Let's go over here now and take on 2 armies and see what we can do with that. Oh yeah, we've got to fight that, I think. I want to see if they'll come fight me, though. Fighting defensively is my specialty here. We'll give that a go and see what they do. And I'm going to end my turn, I believe now. Let's see, who likes me? Rot Bloods, they like me a lot. That's interesting. Lamia likes me a lot. I mean a lot. No, they've got undead corruption, so I'll leave that alone. House von Karstein, which I like that name for them. They have 10 locations, so I think they're doing okay. They're fighting... Oh, they're fighting the Wa. Okay, cool. They're fighting the Wa and the Trolls. They're allied to Musion and the Lichmaster's Thraldom. They are military allies with, let's see, the Lords of Drakenhof, an undiscovered faction. So the undead must be doing well up there. Torgavon, you know what they're doing. Oh, dude, I could easily blow away Wood Elves. Hell yeah. All right, I've got the money, so I guess I will try to recruit a new army. Let's see, do I have any like recruitment areas here? Not really, not over here. Black Crag is pretty great. Yeah, I wasn't going to, but I also wanted someone closer to the front lines anyway. So, let's see, that's Shadows Magic. We've got over here Mr. Stonehand. He's a Shadows Magic sorcerer. So, yeah, I guess we will come back over here. And I'm going to get a Bull Centaur Lord. I do like that penalty. Determined. Let's see, we got you, but you're level 3. Not that it really matters too much. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll take that. And I want some crazy horrific creatures. I want a lot of damage. Let's grab some Fireglaves for 1. Okay. After that, I'm going to want some Kadais and some Taruks. Let's see. These are Taruks here. I want 4 of them total. I want some Fireborn. It's 8 turns total. That'll take a little bit, but that's okay. 2 groups of Lava Trolls. All right. Done, done, done. And I'll get some Giants later, I think, but that's going to be like a good beginning to my army. I'll probably like alter it a bit. I do want some Kadais. Actually, here's what we'll do. Do I have any Fireborn down here? Yes, I could actually just get some Fireborn instead of... Yeah, so we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, boom. It's a lot. We'll come back over here, get a Kadai Destroyer. 2 of them. 2 Lamassus. And we'll grab... That should mostly do it, I think. I think that's really good. That's going to be a very strong army. We'll see what we get afterwards. I might even give him like a spellcaster.
Oh Lord, if I shot.
No, that should be good. All right. So dominating presence for sure. Let's see. Kin of the Demon Forge. That's for the Iron Demon, Colossus, and Siege Giant units. What's over here? Doom Fire. It's only for artillery. So many different buffs, man. There's just so many over here. It's crazy. All right. Dawijar, Fear and Fervor. Here we go. Wolf Raiders. Nope, not what I need. Strive here. Black Orc Mercenaries and Lamassu. Sneaky Gits, Wolf Riders, okay. Into the Demon Forge. Bull Centaurs are over here. Chaos Dwarfs. Yeah, we'll just grab that real quick. Done. So now they've got a lot more melee defense. Bull Centaurs and all of that. So that should really enhance them all, and they should become much more powerful. Now, I've got my armies being built up. They're doing well. I'm going to take for now... Let's see. 1 Hellcannon just to kind of like define the range of fights. I like doing that. So let's enter turn again. We're still fighting this crazy war against all these orcs. It would be pretty wild to see the Dark Elves like sending 1 stack down here. Screw you, Chaos Dwarfs. Only we can enslave. All right, my balance of power is beginning to shift into my favor. And now I'm heavily outnumbered. That's what I wanted. Gorfang is back. Gorfang is back. Here's the big battle now. I'm protecting my own personal Stonehenge. It's where I make my sacrifices to get my evil Fruity Pebbles. All right. Now... The big army that we're dealing with, they've got how many? 3,725. I've got 842. Oh, it's going to be an interesting one. And they should have some reinforcements on the way eventually, but here comes the big army. They're about to crest the hill, and then they're going to be staring me down. I'll have to use my Dreadquake to hit as many as I can, not just archers, but infantry too. Now, I've got my Immortals all plastered out, 4 groups total. I've got my Giants, my Colossi, my Tanks, all spread out. You can see them easily. My bombers are behind. They're just waiting. I've got my Taruks on both flanks. My Dreadquakes behind them. There's my Taurus. And Brykarth is over there. I have everyone in guard mode because we don't need to really pursue. There's no need for that. That would be a bad idea. We want to respond and we want to take our time. Here's 1 shot now. That was only number 1. Shot number 1. There's more to come. Okay, so we look around again. We can see that these enemies, they are slowly falling on our line. 110 kills, 145 kills. I've made 2 shots so far. I'm here to bend, but to not break. Bending is okay. Breaking is not okay. It's a flexible formation. I can respond to them. I can take my time. I've got the large creatures I need. Gorfang is not having an easy time. My tanks are ripping right through some of their units right now. Here comes our Colossi. They're so tanky that I could just like throw them in and just watch them have fun for a bit. And they have a lot of fun. Here comes another Dreadquake shot. Let's see where that's going. If it hit freaking Gorfang, that would have been great. I was trying to go after some of their archers. We got a rather large portion of that group too. So we're back over here again. They want to flank me. They want to try to flank me, so we'll see if they can flank me or not. We've made some hits over here. They're still fighting my Colossi. Our Chaos Giant is still fighting over here too. Crushing it right now. For me, I don't believe we'll get a bigger Greenskin battle. Maybe we could. I could be wrong, but this could be in the top percentile for battle sizes. Because, I mean, keep in mind, they have a lot of mounted units, and that reduces your numbers, sure, but that's still a lot of units to have nearly 4,000 Greenskins. Now, I have fought more goblins, but here's where we've got some quality to fight as well. You can see what I'm carefully doing. I'm just using my artillery, and I'm pushing them back where I need to. I can cause them to wait for now, while I wait to make my shots. They can hit my units, but their missile strength is so low, they would need to stand there and fire maybe like 10 volleys to really make any difference at all. Here comes another shot again, landing right on top of them, because my Colossi just kind of shrugs and goes, huh, a bump, a literal bump. My bombers are over here now, and they're throwing down around my tank, my Demon War Engine. The lighting in these battles has been pretty dramatic, too. Have they not? Have they not? So over here on the left flank, we're just holding them back with all of my Infernals, all of my Immortals. 10 kills, 1 kill, so not a lot. There's a giant here still. We'll have to watch out for that. It's going to break down my tank if I'm not careful, and I'm usually not. That was a Fire Breath over from my Great Taurus. And I'm going to send in some units to go after Gorfang again, like my Great Taurus. A Great Taurus should be able to handle it. He's weaker to fire damage whenever that Taurus is nearby. I've got units that make them more vulnerable to fire damage. Over here are my Taruks fighting some infantry now, and I'm still bombing more of them. There's going to be some friendly fire, sure, but we're at least getting a decent amount of them, I think, I hope. That's what we're doing right now. Use your walls if you want to. That tank just got some hits on these boar biggins. We're coming back over here. I've got my Colossus now fighting a troll hag. Way over here, I've got 17 kills for that Colossus. Elsewhere, I've got, let's see, my Demon War Engine still fighting that giant. They've got some units who have broken. They'll probably be back eventually. I could see them being back eventually. All right, we got that Dreadquake Mortar, 382 kills. Over here, 575. Now, we just need to hold strong. Look at how little damage I've taken throughout this battle because of what I've done. They don't have the proper ranged units. They would need proper artillery, like Doom Divers. Now, Doom Divers would be a different story. I might have to, like, react and go out there. But we get to hold a hill. That's pretty awesome. It's like fighting a siege battle, but on the field. I'm playing defensively, sure, but Gorfang is nearly out of it. He's regenerating. My God, he's able to regenerate quickly, too. He's charging back in, but he's only gotten 2 kills. I'm moving my bombers over here to throw over the backs of my Immortals for holding in the middle. I've got Rykarth out here fighting, let's see, what's he fighting over here? He's fighting a Orc War Boss, just on his own, just what he does. Got some of these invisible biggins on the way, and it looks like we've got some more units moving in too. So it's not that we're only fighting 3,700-ish orcs. We've got more reinforcements. They'll number over 4,000, maybe even 4,500. Immortals are coming back in again. We're bombing a few of these units on the front lines. These are Black Orcs. And let's see. This Iron Demon War Engine, 167 for kills. A Siege Giant over here. We've got a Colossus at 35 kills. Rykarth is moving back now. That hag is still around. My tank is attacking some of these boar biggins over here too. My Taruks will come back out to help out. I have them on my left flank right now. They're going to come out over here and fight. One has 20 kills. They've taken some damage. I pulled back my tank, so now we're just trying to go after that blasted giant who's killing a few of my poor warriors, just smashing them and throwing them, which is a great animation. Yeah, there's my tank, still dealing damage. That hag is still alive at only a few kills too. Let's see. These Immortals have 9 kills, and my bombers 71 and 117 for kills. Not the bombers. And they're throwing some stuff down. Ooh, that was a miscast for the troll hag. Still at 16 kills right now. So we zoom out and we can get a better perspective of how the battle's going. Got one Colossus over there keeping him busy. Way over here, my Infernal Guard are at 27 kills, right? Yeah, 27 kills. My tanks are at 222, or at least that one tank is at 222. That was only the very beginning. We'll fast forward for just a brief minute because we're getting ready for wave 2. I'll have to reform my formation just a little bit. I didn't actually realize how many more were coming in. I wasn't really keeping count. I was just kind of reacting to my foes who were out here. And to me, it's always a good idea to move up my tanks to move and fire. Yeah, I think steam tanks just need a secondary weapon to fight from as well. Because, like, these guys can move and fire instead of just having to stand still. And, you know, they only deal so much damage. I think this, like, spread shot that they have is a bit more potent as a anti-personnel weapon than just, like, one singular cannon. Because the cannonballs only go so far. All right, they're gone too. They're shattered. They're shattered, and they're having to leave now because of my very powerful demon war engine, who's at now 299 kills, just running around. Here comes another group of boar biggins. So now they have waves of boar biggins who are trying to come back down, and another giant. Yeah, do you want to do that? They're like, eh. They like rode down, they saw all the bodies, and they said, okay, maybe not. Okay, let's go back. There's no need to be here. No need for that. And here comes even more orc boys now. The Shemblin Crab Horda. She's moving down. We've got some archers too. I'm going to focus on them. I'm out of shot over here for my Dreadquakes. 491 kills and 783. So they did their part. They're fine. We don't need to worry about them. I didn't think I would need them much more anyway. They just put in the work, man. That's why we'll probably end up fighting a different foe on our following part. Because, I mean, I have shown that I can beat the Greenskins. Now I've got to go beat someone else. I don't know who yet. I don't know who yet. We either go up north or south. Might have like a little poll where all of you vote for that. North or south. Yeah. We'll see. Got some of these riders coming back in. We can go back into a standard speed. Let's just go over the battle real quick. Yeah, I remember one of you commented wanting like more panovers or more flyovers, and I'm completely fine doing that because I can absolutely do that for this faction. Look at my tanks, each taking their own side. Hey, buddy, you take left, I take right. Boom, boom, boom. And that's what we have going on. Now, I grouped up all of my Smash 'em units, all of my Giants and Colossi. They're being debuffed right now. There's a Spirit Leech. We're going after that Troll Hag. She's going to flee. She's going to flee. There's like one artillery group, but who cares? My Toruk, not my Toruk, my Great Taurus should be flying over there eventually. Here's a few more bombs, getting rid of these orc boys. That's all right, buddy. Get up. Go ahead. You know, I could go for a Shogun 3. Gonna be honest with you. I was actually looking at some gameplay, and even though there wasn't like a lot of unit variety, I think the gameplay was to the point where I still found it incredibly fun. So you would probably just want like more visual variations amongst all the different factions to make it like feel a little bit more unique, despite like the same units that you can get for each faction. I actually did like the tech trees for that a lot. It was like one of the most polished Total War games, I think, in terms of design that I've seen. And then you had Fall of the Samurai, which is a very good expansion. Very good. 142 kills now. That's it. We just have artillery to go after. And some archers, maybe. But I hope that all of you enjoyed this part. That was a very long battle. It felt much harder when I was playing it, but now that I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay. That was pretty cool. We did some pretty cool stuff. Now we're just going after this group for the Goblin Rock Lobbers. It's over. We've won. I'll see all of you later.